Welcome to The Holistic Entrepreneur with holistic nurse practitioner, success coach, and best-selling author, Bonnie Groessl. Bonnie and her expert guests share tips, tools, and strategies to achieve success on your holistic entrepreneur journey. Each show features answers to common entrepreneur challenges, along with a healthy dose of support and motivation. Now, please welcome the host of The Holistic Entrepreneur, Bonnie Groessl.
Well, welcome everyone. This is Bonnie Groessl, your host here at The Holistic Entrepreneur. Now today we're going to be talking about self-confidence and self-worth. And we're going to get to that in just a moment. But first, I always want to take time to thank you for spending your valuable time here with me on the show. I know that time is our most precious asset, so I always want to make sure that these shows are value-packed so that you feel your time was well spent. And as I'm doing this segment of business building tips with Bonnie, I really want to keep these episodes short. 10 minutes or so, might be a little less, might be a little more, but around that time is sort of my goal for you. Because life is busy and you've got other things to do. And I would rather deliver the sort of golden nuggets in a short period of time so that you can use those tips, and I am always going to give you a suggested assignment as well. So that's sort of my intent for these shows. Maybe you decided to join us today because you are a holistic entrepreneur. I really think that's more of who you are than what you do for a living. You come from that heart-centered place. You want to make a difference in the world. And perhaps that's why you've decided to join us on the show today. So if this is your first time listening, welcome. And if you've tuned in before, welcome back. I hope that you find this will be another great show with insights to help you on your entrepreneur journey. Make sure that you check out the show page before you leave today. There's always ways to connect with me, and bonnielinks.com is really where you're going to find everything. I've got all kinds of free stuff for you there. You can join my newsletter there. I also put the miracle question that we talked about last week, the miracle question guided meditation audio. And there's no opt-in for that. It's just kind of at the top of that Bonnie Links page, and you can download it from there. It's something that I do every now and then, because I like to kind of check in and make sure that it still feels right, that I'm still on target with things. Now, another thing that I want you to remind you of is that the information presented here is educational, inspirational, and motivational in nature, but I always want you to just take what fits for you and simply let go of the rest. And this show does not intend or imply to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment either. Now, I always want to preface every show with a little reminder for all of us. Check out the show page before you leave, and let's get into our topic for today. I'm very excited to talk with you about this. Today, we're talking about self-confidence. Self-worth, the worthiness piece, which so many people, you're not alone if you struggle with this because it's pretty universal. But it's so important to have that level of self-confidence and worthiness in order to be successful in business. So I want you to have that feeling that you are. Actually, you know what? I want you to know that you are the expert at what you do. And I know I say this all the time, but I truly do believe this. No one in the whole world does what you do in the way you do it. Believe that. You are unique. We're like snowflakes. No two are alike. And to be an expert to your potential clients or customers, you just have to be one step ahead. You don't have to know everything that there is to know. And it doesn't really matter how many letters you have after your name or your credentials. It's fine to tell people that, but you know what? What they're really most interested in is what you can deliver. What's in it for them, right? The outcome, the results. If you're a coach of some type, how do you get them from where they're at to where they want to be? If you deliver a product or another type of service, what outcome, what result, what product are you providing? That's what really people are most interested in. And that's what gives you that expert status. Now, you probably know your area of expertise so well that you think everybody should know this. I know that's something that I often struggle with. We don't consider ourselves special, but we are. You know all kinds of things that many other people don't know. So know that, you have the expertise. You are an expert. Everybody is an expert at something. I truly do believe that. Now, the other side of the coin is that we can easily overwhelm our clients or our patients or our customers because they don't think it's so easy. Sometimes the language is different. We might use terms that are really second nature to us, but not to everyone. We might be able to do something in just a few minutes where it would take them a half a day to figure it out. The point is, you have so much skill and expertise that is unique to you that you're seen as an expert to others. It's just that it's sometimes hard to see it in yourself. Now, some people say, well, I don't want to be the expert because I don't want to sound conceited or like I'm full of myself and, it's just my ego. Well, the truth of the matter is, if you are truly self-confident and have good self-esteem, it's not conceited or your ego at all. The people who, are sort of know-it-alls, if you know what I mean, they remind you of how much they know and they talk about themselves all the time. They often lack self-confidence, and that's why they do that. I bet you know people like that. I do. I know you probably do too. Those people have to be center stage, right? The center of the universe. Talking about how great they are, how lucky their clients are to work with them, how they can do this, that, and the other thing, and everything. Well, the truth is, people like that, that's a sure sign of their low self-esteem and low self-confidence. So how about you? Where do you fall in that? Is what people say or think about you more important than what you believe about yourself? Do you come from that external locus of control or internal locus of control, to quote a phrase from Stephen Covey? That external locus of control is what other people say, other people think, things that happen, and that's how we get our value. Well, we can't control any of that. The internal locus of control, which is where we should all aim to be, is how we really feel about ourselves, because that we can control. Nobody can do that for us. So how do you know where you are on that level of, self-confidence on the scale? Well, here's some signs of good self-confidence. So we'll talk about a few of these so that you can see where you fit in here. People who are very self-confident are okay with failure. You should be okay with failure if you're self-confident, because failure is not a bad thing. I think the word failure kind of gets a bad rap. It's actually a good thing. It's how we learn and improve and change gears and go on to different paths. We need failure in order to succeed. So what if somebody offers you a compliment? Do you accept it and clearly say, and sincerely say thank you? Or do you brush it off? Are you proud of your accomplishments? Successful people, self-reliant people, self-confident people are proud of their accomplishments, including the lessons they learn from mistakes and all the baby steps it took to get to someplace. And do you believe anything is possible and trust in divine timing, that there are no accidents, that everything is going to work out? If you can kind of tell where you're at on that sort of scale of self-confidence and what you might need to work on. People will value you as much as you value yourself. But I think it has to start with you. Maybe you look at other people who do similar things to you and you think, oh my gosh, there's so many people doing this. There can't possibly be room for me. I'm not as good as they are. That whole imposter syndrome, right? Well, there's plenty for everyone. There is. And you are an expert at what you do. So expect the best to happen. And when it doesn't, because it won't always go your way, it's most likely that it's because something better is going to be there to take its place. And are you grateful for all the things that you've learned? I believe that gratitude is a big part of self-confidence. Being grateful for what you have, where you are, who you are, what you've accomplished, all of those things allows more abundance to come into your life if you're grateful for what is now. So for your suggested assignment this week, I want you to take out that pen and paper again, or use the notebook or journal if you've gotten one of those, or even a Word doc that you started. But take someplace where you can keep notes. I like to, like have a journal or a notebook or something so everything's kind of all in one place. This week, I want you to make a list of all the things you've learned. The things that you've learned that you can now help other people do, the skills you have. Nothing is too small because other people can't do what you do. You just have to be one step ahead, remember? I challenge you to make this list as long as you can, and I have a feeling it's going to be several pages. And be sure to connect with me if you want more information on this topic or you would like to just chat. And BonnieLinks.com has all the information. It's an easy thing to remember. You might want to bookmark it, BonnieLinks.com. You can also go to my website. All those links are on the show page as well. So until next time, I want you to believe that anything is possible as long as you believe in yourself. Well, thank you for joining me here at the Holistic Entrepreneur Show today. If you would like to learn how you can be a sought-after guest on popular podcasts, how to produce your own show, or even how to use content marketing to grow your business, go to BonnieLinks.com and check out the offers that I have for you there. BonnieLinks.com, BonnieLinks.com, is also where you can sign up for my monthly newsletter, the Holistic Entrepreneur Update. It comes straight to your email with an update from me and all of the links to the last month's shows, just in case you missed anything. Now, this newsletter also gives you access to the show's guest gift page, where you can access all the great gifts from my guests over the years. And don't forget to subscribe to The Holistic Entrepreneur on your favorite podcast directory so that you'll automatically receive the newest episode when it's released. The Holistic Entrepreneur is brought to you by M&B Global Solutions.